Hello YouTube. So in this section of the tutorial, I'm going to talk about how to create the excitations and the boundaries for the example of a very simple transformer. As I said, this is intended to show you how the symmetry boundary will work. So in the first stage of this tutorial, we are going to simulate the entire geometry of the transformer, and then we are going to compare that with 1/8 of the transformer and see how the result will be. So now we want to create the terminals. As always, we want to first select the objects that we want to create terminals inside those. So in that case, it's the coil in and coil out. And when you select them with the control key hold down, you just go to the modeler and then surface selection. So you go to modeler and then you say surface and then you say section. And for the section you select the YZ section. As you can see here, it looks like we are going to select the YZ and then you press OK. As soon as you do that, you will get two sets of the sections for the YZ. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on one of them, and on the name part I just want to call this the terminal, so that would be basically one can be input terminal, okay, and the other one would be output terminal. So let's say output terminal, right? And input terminal and output terminal, probably with a capital T to just be okay. There we go. So now we have our input and output terminal. So the other thing you want to do is you want to use the Boolean and select the two first of all. So the two sheets are selected. Maybe I want to do it one by one. So you go to the Boolean, inside the modeler Boolean, and separate bodies. Same thing for this guy, modeler Boolean, separate bodies, and you want to just press delete. And also you want to press delete since we need only one terminal surface for the terminal. So these are the terminals that we want. Okay, now that we have the terminals, now we can have the excitations. So on the input terminal, you right click and select the excitation, and on the excitation you want to select the current. So I'm going to select the current excitation, and you can call it the input current, right? So that will be the input current, and as you can see over here we have the input current, and the value for the input current we can put crazy value, like let's say 100 amp, and we can also make sure that the type is stranded, meaning that it is actually the coil, and there is no eddy current effect on that. And I mean, there is eddy current effect, but there is no skin effect on that. So basically it's like Litz wire, and the direction is going to be on a position positive X. So at this time the direction is, right now you can see that the direction is on a positive X. You can see this arrow here, and the green is the X. So this arrow is actually going this way, which is the right direction. Okay, and same thing for the output. So for the output we want to also assign excitation. So we go to the output, and we say the output current is going to be half of that, which is 50, and we want to make sure that the output current is on the negative. As you can see here, it's on a negative X. Just you can be able to see that. I'm going to rotate this in a way that you can actually see it. So when I click on output and when I go to the excitation part, so let me just go to the excitation for the output. As you can see, the output excitation or output current, the output excitation is on the negative X. You can see it's in negative. Okay, so press OK on that, and now we have the two excitations set as we wanted. So now let's run a setup analysis to see how this will actually create a B, and how we can compare that with the 1/8 of the result.